Welcome to Jack D. Hughes Memorial Park. Here is Tyler Hubbard. And first pitch swings and hits into left, route number 1 here. Now we see Carson Willoughby, number 15 for the Flying Pigs here. As that one's outside. As that one's down for a strike to make it a 2-1 count. As that one's outside to now make it a 3-1 count. As that one's fouled off to now make it a full count. So full count to Carson, and that's ball number 4, so that's going to be a walk. Now we see Hayden Davis, number 17, as that's ball number 1. As Flying Pigs have runner on first, as that's hit up the middle. And that will put Flying Pigs on first and second. Now batting number 10, Jackson Dill. As that one's a little inside to make it a 1-0 count. And that one's in the dirt. Will not advance the runners who are on first and second. So 2-0 count to Jackson. As that goes behind him and into the netting, and that will advance the runners to second and third. So 3-0 count, runners on second and third. Here's the pitch, as that's down for strike number 1. So Jackson now looking at a 3-1 count. As that's inside and goes in the dirt to score a run for the Flying Pigs. Now we see number 36, Brett Mearsman, at the plate for the Flying Pigs. Runners on the corners first and third. As that's down for strike number one. As that evens up the count 1-1 here. As that one's a little low to now make it a 2-1 count to Brett. As that one is a swing and a miss to now make it a even 2-2 count. As runner from first goes, and he will slide in there safely to now put runners on first and second. So now we see number 14, Caden Whitehead for the Flying Pigs. As he went on that check swing, so 0-1 count. Here with 2 outs and runners on second and third. Here in the top of the first. As that one's high and inside to now even up the count 1-1. As that one is a swing and a miss to now even up the count 2-2. As that one's fouled off into the netting. So Caden still stays at a 2-2 count. Runners on second and third, and that one is a foul tip. As that one's popped to shallow center and would be caught for the third out here. So after the top of the first, Flying Pigs 1, Porcupines 0. Welcome back to the broadcast. As Porcupines step up to the plate for the first time, we see number 8, Cameron Farrell. As that one is outside and into the dirt to make it a 1-0 count. As that one's a little high to make it a 2-0 count to Cameron. As that one's hit up the middle, hit to short, and thrown to first for out number 1 here. Now batting number 10, Derek Fay. So now we see number 10, Derek Fay. As that one's down for strike number 1. As that one's outside. And that one's going to hit Derek on the shoulder. So he will take his base. Now batting number 13, Cam Murray. Now we see number 13, Cam Murray. As that one's a little low. So 1-0 count, runner on first, and he goes. He's still in second. And they got him for out number 2. So as Cam steps back up to the plate, he's looking at a 2-0 count. And that's going to be low and into the dirt. Then I'll make it a 3-0 count to Cam. That's my neighbor. Now batting number 31, Ethan McLean. So now we see number 31, Ethan McLean. And that's down for strike number 1. So that evens up the count 1-1. as that is thrown back to first. As that's in for a strike to now make it a 1-2 count. That one's hit to left center, and that will drop for a base hit. So now we see number 34, Chris Manriquez. As that is down for strike number 1. As Porcupines have runners on first and second. 2 outs. Porcupines hoping to even up the score here as that one's hit to center. And that will drop. And that will tie up the score here, 1-1. So that's a 1-0 count to Lucas. As that one's chopped to first, and it'll be down for out number 3 here. So after the first inning, score's tied 1-1. As that one is hit to left and will drop for a base hit. So now with runner on first, we now see number 24, Ian Laird, as that one is cranked to left. And that will be over the fence for a home run. As that will be a triple, as that went off the top of the wall. So almost got out of the park here. So now we see Brett Haskins, number 5, with runner on third for the Flying Pigs. As that one is in the dirt to now make it a 2-0 count. As that one's outside to now make it a 3-0 count to Brett. As that's going to be ball number 4 to now put the Flying Pigs on the corners, first and third. So welcome back to I. Hubbard at the plate, as that went by for strike number 1 with runners on the corners. As that one was high to even up the count, 1-1. As runner from first goes to second. That'd be a stand-up still. As now he's looking, Ty is now looking at a 2-1 count now. As that one is fouled off. So that evens up the count, 2-2. So runners on second and third, as that one is outside to now make it a full count now to tie. As that one is hit to left, and that will drop. So that will score in one for the Flying Pigs. As now we see number 15, Carson Willoughby. As that one was a ball, so runner still on the corners for the Flying Pigs, as that's thrown back to first. As that one is ball number 2, so 2-0 count. As that one's thrown back to first, but he will be there safely. So I want to give a special thanks to Pineville Church, official sponsor of tonight's game. You can find them online at pineville.church. As that ball is hit hard to right, that will be foul. So 2-1 count, as that's low and into the dirt. So 3-1 count now to tie. Excuse me, Carson Willoughby. As runner from first goes to second, but doesn't matter because that was ball number 4. There's going to be another meeting on the mound for the Porcupines to discuss things over. As there will be a new pitcher for the Porcupines. So we want to give a special thanks to Carolina Scoops, the official ice cream of the Pineville Porcupines. What's up? Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm always down for golf. Now batting number 17, Hayden Davis. So now we see number 17, Hayden Davis, with bases loaded and no outs for the Flying Pigs. As that's hit up the center. And that will score in one for the Flying Pigs. Now batting number 10, Jackson Deal. So now we see number 10, Jackson Deal, with bases still loaded. And if you're just joining, the Flying Pigs have a 4-1 lead over the Porcupines. As he shows bunt there. So 1-0 count to Jackson. As that one's down into the dirt to make it a 2-0 count. As that one's fouled off into the netting to now make it a 2-1 count. So 2-1 count, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. As that is down for a strike to even up the count, 2-2. As that is a swing and a miss. So base is still loaded. We say Brett Mearsman, number 36. So 0-2 count to Brett. As that one is a little outside to make it a 1-2 count. As that one is low and into the dirt to even up the count, 2-2. As that one is fouled off into the netting. So 2-2 count to Brett. as that one is outside to now make it a full count. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. As that is into the dirt, and that will be ball number 4, walk in a run. So now the Flying Pigs have a 5-1 lead over the Porcupines, with Caden Whitehead, number 14, up to the plate with bases still loaded. As that one is outside. So 1-0 count. As that one is a 3-0 count. As that one's fouled off. So 3-1 count here to Caden. Bases loaded. Porcupines hoping that they don't extend this 5-1 lead here. And that is going to walk in another run, so 6-1 now. So now we see Justin Jimenez, number 23, as that is down for strike number 1. As that is down into the dirt. And that will even up the count 1-1. So if you're just joining in the broadcast, the Flying Pigs have a 6-1 lead over the Porcupines. As that one's going to be in for a strike to make it a 1-2 count. As that is hit to right and will be caught. That will score in another run. So now we see Ian Laird, number 24. As that one's going to be hit to center. And that will be caught for the third out. So after the top of the second inning, Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. So now we see number 24, Louis Palillo, step up to the plate for the Porcupines. If you're just joining in, the Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines. As that one's in for strike number 1. As that one evens up the count 1-1. As Louis calls time for a short split second. And that one's going to be hit hard but fouled in right field. As that one is a swing and a miss. So that will make it a 1-2 count. So now we see number 1, A.J. Anderson. As that's going to be hit to first. And that will be down for out number 2 here. So now we see number 11, Emerson Montbaron. So 1-0 count to him. So now we see a 2-0 count to Emerson. As that is strike number 1 to make it a 2-1 count to Emerson. With 2 outs, no one on here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss to even up the count 2-2. As that is a swing and a miss for strike number 3, out number 3 here. So after the second inning, the Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. So now we see number 5, Brett Haskins. And that one's a little low to now make it a 2-0 count to Brett. And the Flying Pigs struck early here. They have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines, as that one was high, to now make it a 3-0 count. So will Brett get the green light here to swing or not? As ball number 4 for a walk. Now batting number 11, Ty Hubbard. So now we see number 11, Ty Hubbard, with runner on first for the Flying Pigs, as it's thrown back to first. But Brett will get back there safely. As that one's going to be outside to now make it a 1-0 count. As runner goes, but he would have to go back to first here. So now that evens up the count 1-1. As that one's going to be fouled off. So 1-2 count now. As that one's outside to now even up the count 2-2. As that one is also going to be fouled off here. As that one's going to be hit to short and thrown to second and back to first. So now we see number 15, Carson Willowby, up to the plate with 2 outs, no one on. As that one's going to be outside. As that one's going to be fouled off. So 0-1 count to Carson. As that one's going to be a swing and a miss to make it a 0-2 count. As the Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines. As that one's also going to be fouled out to keep the count at 0-2. As that one's low and into the dirt to now make it a 1-2 count. And that one's going to be hit to center. And will be caught for the third out here. So Flying Pig 7, Porcupines 1. So welcome back to the broadcast as we see number 8, Cameron Farrell. As that one's down for strike number 1. As that one is outside and into the backstop. So that will even up the count 1-1. As that one's going to be high to now make it a 2-1 count to Cameron Farrell. As that one was inside and almost hit Cameron. So now he's looking at a 3-1 count. As that one was in for strike number 2 to now make it a full count. And Cameron hits that to short. And that'll be thrown to first for out number 1. Now batting number 10, Derek Fay. So now we see number 10, Derek Fay. As that one's outside to make it a 1-0 count. And that one being low now makes it a 2-0 count to Derek. As that one's hit hard to center. But will be caught for out number 2. Now batting number 13, Cam Murray. So now we see number 13, Cam Murray. And that now makes it a 1-0 count to Cam. As that swing and a miss evens up the count 1-1. And that one was inside to now make it a 2-1 count. Not just this. As that one evens up the count 2-2. As that now makes it a full count here to Cam. As that's ball number 4. So now we see Ethan McClain, number 31, with runner on first for the Porcupines. As that is low for ball number 1. As that one's going to be popped up in foul territory. So Ethan's now looking at a 1-1 count with 2 outs and a runner on first. As that one's outside to make it a 2-1 count. So if you're just joining in the broadcast, the Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines. As that one is down to even up the count 2-2. As that one is low and into the dirt to now make it a full count to Ethan with runners still on first. And that's going to be strike number 3, out number 3 here. So Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. Welcome back to the broadcast as we see number 17, Hayden Davis. As that one is going to be fouled off. As that is down for strike number 2. So Hayden looking at a 0-2 count. As that's hit hard but fouled down the first base line. As that one's fouled off. So as we have made it to the top of the 4th inning, the Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. And here's the pitch to Hayden as that is fouled off. So Hayden staying alive here in the count. As that one chopped foul.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Deal.
So now we see number 10, Jackson Deal, step up to the plate for the Flying Pigs. As that one's down for strike number 1. And that one's going to go by him for strike number 2 to now make it an 0-2 count. As that one was outside, so 1-2 count to Jackson. As that one's hit up the middle for a base hit. So now we see number 36, Brett Mearsman, with Flying Pig runner on first. As that one's low to make it a 1-0 count. So 2-0 count to Brett. As that is a swing and a miss for strike number 1 to now make it a 2-1 count. As that one's down for a strike to even up the count, 2-2. Runner on first, 1 out here. As runner goes, and he will be thrown out for out number 2. Excuse me, that would be out number 3 here. So Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. So welcome back to the broadcast as the Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines. Chris Manriquez up to the plate, number 34. And that is going to be a little low, so 1-0 count. As that one is outside to make it a 2-0 count. As that's hit hard to right, but we caught for out number 1.
Now batting number 27, Lucas Martino.
So now we see number 27, Lucas Martino, step up to the plate with 1 out, no one on. As that's going to be ball number 1. So 1-0 count to Lucas here. As that's hit hard to center. As that goes all the way to the warning track, but caught for out number 2 here.
Now batting number 24, Louis Paolillo.
So now we see number 24, Louis Paolillo, step up to the plate. As that one's going to be fouled off. As that's in for a strike to now make it a 0-2 count to Louie. As that one's a little low to even up the count, 2-2 here. As that's in for strike number 3 and out number 3 here. So we will see you in the bottom of the 4th, or the top of the 5th, as the Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. Welcome back to the broadcast. If you're just joining, the Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines as we see number 14, Caden Whitehead, step up to the plate here in the top of the 5th inning. As that is down for strike number 1. And it's down and into the dirt. So that will even up the count 1-1. As that now makes it a 2-1 count. As that is for out number 1. So now we see Justin Jimenez, number 23, as that one's inside. As that one's going to be outside to now make it a 2-0 count to Justin. As that's in for strike number 1. So 1 out, no one on. Justin's now looking at a 2-1 count. As that is a Swing and a miss, even up the count 2-2. As that one's going to be low to now make it a full count to Justin. And that is strike number 3, so that'll be out number 2.
Now batting number 24, Ian Laird.
So now we see number 24, Ian Laird, step up to the plate with 2 outs, no one on. As that one is down into the dirt to make it a 1-0 count. As that one is high to make it a 2-0 count. As that's down for strike number 1, so we're now seeing a 2-1 count to Ian. As that's down for a strike to even up the count 2-2. And that's strike 3, out number 3. So Flying Pigs still have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines, as we will see you in the bottom of the 5th inning. So welcome back to the broadcast, as we see number 1, A.J. Anderson, take ball 1. So 1-0 count to him. As that's going to hit A.J. to load up a Porcupine on first. So now we see number 11, Emerson Monbaron, step up to the plate with A.J. Anderson on first. As he goes, and that is hit hard to left. And it will be caught as A.J. goes back to first.
Now batting number 8, Cameron Farrell.
So now we see Cameron Farrell, number 8, step up to the plate with A.J. Anderson on first and 1 out here. As that's down for strike number 1 as A.J. thought about taking second there. As that's in for strike number 2 to now make it an 0-2 count. As that's hit to right and will drop for base hits as A.J. is going to third.
Now batting number 10, Derek Fay.
So Porcupines runners on the corners, first and third. Now we see number 10, Derek Fay, step up to the plate here with 1 out. As that one's going to be low for a 1-0 count to Derek. As that's going to be a swing to miss for a strike. And evens up the count 1-1. As that one's outside to now make it a 2-1 count to Derek. As that one's called ball, so Derek's now looking at a 3-1 count with 1 out, runners on the corners for the Porcupines. So full count to Derek as Porcupines hoping to add some more runs as Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1, as that is hit hard to right, but going to be foul. So Derek stepping back up to the plate with a 3-2 count. As that one is outside, and that will be a walk to load up the bases.
Now batting number 13, Cam Murray.
So there will be a meeting on the mound for the Flying Pigs. as they have loaded up the bases. And Cam Murray, number 13, coming up to the plate with only one out. Bases loaded for the Porcupines. So after that meeting on the mound, Cam Murray steps into the box. As that's down for strike number one. As that's going to be hit to second and thrown to first for the double play. So after that, Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. So welcome back to the broadcast. We now see number 5, Brett Haskins. What? Oh, yeah. As Brett shows bunt there. as that one's going to be fouled off. So 0-2 count to Brett, as Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines, as that one's going to be low. So 1-2 count now to Brett, as that's going to be chopped to first for out number 1.
Now batting number 11, Ty Hubbard.
So now we see number 11, Ty Hubbard. As now we see a 1-0 count. As that is low and into the dirt to now make it a 2-0 count to Ty. As that's hit to first, and we'll go into right field for a base hit.
Now batting number 15, Carson Willoughby.
So now we see 15, Carson Willoughby, with 1 out, 1 runner on first. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike number 1. As that one's inside to even up the count, 1-1. And runner will go as he's in there at second. So runner on second now for the Flying Pigs. As that one's going to be down for a strike to even up the count, 2-2 now. As that's going to be hit hard to first. But Ethan McLean is there to record out number 2.
Now batting number 17, Hayden Davis.
So now we see number 17, Hayden Davis, with 2 outs. Runner on third as the ump calls time there. As that's going to be hit hard to right, but caught for out number 3. So as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1. So, welcome back to the broadcast as we see number 31, Ethan McLean, step up to the plate for the Porcupines. As that's hit to short and caught for out number 1.
Now batting number 34, Chris Manriquez.
So, with 1 out, no one on, we now see number 34, Chris Manriquez. As that one is high. So 1-0 count to Chris here. As that one's inside to make it a 2-0 count. As that one is fouled off. So 2-1 count. 1 out, no one on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As that's hit up the middle, caught by the pitcher.
Now batting number 27, Lucas Martino.
So now we see number 27, Lucas Martino, step up to the plate with 2 outs, no one on. As that is hit to center for a base hit for the Porcupines. So Lucas will be on first.
Now batting number 24, Louis Paolillo.
So now we see Louis Paolillo up to the plate with 2 outs, runner on first. That would be Lucas Martino on first. As that one's fouled off into the netting. As that one is hit foul. As the catcher and pitcher have a little meeting on the mound to discuss things over with an 0-2 count to Louis. So as that meeting on the mound, we shall resume play here as Louis steps back up to the plate. 0-2 count. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. As that one is a swing and a miss. For strike 3, out 3 here. So Flying Pigs 7, Porcupines 1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Welcome back to the broadcast as we see number 10, Jackson Deal. Here in the top of the 7th inning, Flying Pigs have a 7-1 lead over the Porcupines. As that one's down and into the dirt, into the backstop. So 1-0 count now. As that one's a swing and a miss to even up the count 1-1. As that now makes it a 2-1 count here to Jackson. As that's hit into the gap to go into right field, so that will be a base hit.
Now batting number 36, Brett Mearsman.
So now we see Brett Mearsman, number 36, with runner on first for the Flying Pigs. As that one goes down for strike number 1. As that one's going to be thrown back to first. But he will get back there safely. So still an 0-1 count here to Brett. As that one's hit hard to right but foul. That one's hit hard, but Ethan McLean there to make the grab. So that will be out number 2.
Is this number 14? Yeah, 14. Now batting number 14, Caden Whitehead.
So now we see number 14, Caden Whitehead, up to the plate with 2 outs. That one's down the middle for strike number 1. And that's outside and into the dirt to now even up the count here, 1-1. And that's going to be in for strike number 2. And now Caden is looking at a 1-2 count. The 2 outs, no one on. As that one's popped to center. And miscommunication, that one will drop. So that will be an error and load up a Flying Pig on first.
Now batting number 23, Justin Jimenez.
So 2 outs, runner on first. We now see number 23, Justin Jimenez, up to the plate for the Flying Pigs. as that one's a little low to make it an early 1-0 count. As that one's a swing and a miss to even up the count here, 1-1. As that one's thrown back to first quickly, but he will get back there safely. So as Justin steps back into the box, he's looking at a 1-2 count here. As that one's going to be high to even up the count, 2-2. As that one's going to be hit to center, and it will drop as he lost that one into the lights. And that will score in another run for the Flying Pigs.
Now batting number 24, Ian Laird.
So now we see number 24, Ian Laird, up to the plate with runner on second in scoring position, as the Flying Pigs now have an 8-1 lead over the Porcupines. Here's the pitch to Ian, as that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike number 1. As Justin is on second, has a decent leadoff. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2. Now making it a 0-2 count. As that's low and into the dirt. As Ian's now looking at a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Runner on second. Here in the top of the 7th inning. As runner goes from second to third. And he got him for the 3rd out. So as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, Flying Pigs 8, Porcupines 1. Welcome back to the broadcast as we see number 1, A.J. Anderson, step up to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th, as that's in for strike number 1. As that's going to hit A.J. for the second time tonight.
Now batting, number 11, Emerson Monberin.
So with A.J. Anderson on first, we now see number 11, Emerson Monberin. As that's going to be fouled off into the netting as A.J. was headed towards second, as he will trot back to first. So 0-1 count to Emerson as he steps back into the box. As that'll be thrown back to first, but AJ will get back there safely. As that one is inside, AJ thought about taking second. So that evens up the count, 1-1 to Emerson. As AJ goes to second, and he will slide in there safely. So stolen base by A.J. Anderson there. So Emerson steps back into the box, looking at a 1-2 count as A.J. is in scoring position on second. As that's going to be chopped to third and thrown to first for out number 1.
Now batting, number 8, Cameron Farrell.
So now we see Cameron Farrell, number 8, with 1 out. No one on for, or runner on second, A.J. Anderson. As that's thrown back to second, but A.J. gets back there safely. As that one's inside. So Cameron now looking at a 1-0 count. As that's in to even up the count, 1-1. As that one is low and into the dirt to make it a 2-1 count to Cameron Farrell. As A.J. Anderson still on second. As that's down for a strike to even up the count, 2-2. As time is called there. So Cameron steps back up to the plate with a 2-2 count, 1 out. Here's the pitch. As that one's outside to now make it a full count. As AJ's going to third. So stolen base.
Now batting number 10, Derek Fay.
So with 1 out, runners on the corners, we now see number 10, Derek Fay, up to the plate. As that is hit hard to right. And that will go off the wall as A.J. Anderson comes in to score. And 2 runs will score. Oh, he calls him out. That is an awful call by the ump at the plate. He was clearly safe. So bad call by the ump as he was clearly safe and called him out. And the manager of the Porcupines got tossed. This is so weird. It was awful. That was So, welcome back to the broadcast. As there's been multiple ejections here, as we shall resume play here shortly.
Now batting number 13, Cam Murray.
So, multiple ejections here as we see the manager, Chris Manriquez, and a couple other players get ejected here. As that one's fouled off to make it a 0-1 count to Cam. As that's a fouled off, so 0-2 count to Cam now. As that's going to be strike number 3, out number 3 here. So as we head to the top of the 8th inning, Flying Pigs 8, Pineville Porcupines 2. So, welcome back to the broadcast. If you're just joining us, the Flying Pigs have an 8-2 lead over the Porcupines here in the top of the 8th inning, as Ian Laird, number 24, is at the plate for the Flying Pigs, as that went by him for strike number 1. And that one's going to be chopped to third and thrown to first. But that is fouled. So Ian. So Ian comes back up to the plate with an 0-2 count. As that now makes it a 1-2 count to Ian. As that one's low to even up the count, 2-2. As that's down and into the dirt to now make it a full count to Ian. As that one's fouled off. As that one hits Ian to put him on first.
Now batting number 5, Brett Haskins.
So now we see number 5, Brett Haskins, up to the plate with runner on first. So 1-0 count to Brett. As that one's outside to make it a 2-0 count to Brett. Runner on first and no outs. As that one's outside. So 3-0 count. Does Brett get the green light here to swing? As he's going to take the pitch and goes by him for strike number 1. So runner goes. As that was a walk. So meeting on the mound here for the Porcupines.
Now batting number 11, Ty Hubbard.
So now we see the top of the lineup, number 11, Ty Hubbard, with runners on first and second for the Flying Pigs. as that one is low to making an early 1-0 count. As that one's outside to make it a 2-0 count. As that one's fouled off into the netting. Make it a 2-1 count. As that one's outside and in the dirt to make it a 3-1 count. As that one is a strike to make it a full count to tie. As that one's fouled off. So full count to tie. Runners on first and second. As that one's fouled off into the netting. As that one's hit to short. Thrown to second, thrown to first. As he got the out at second, on first.
Now batting number 15, Carson Willoughby.
So we see Carson Willoughby, number 15, at the plate with runners on the corners, first and third. As that one's outside, make it a 2-0 count. So 1 out, runners on the corners here in the top of the 8th inning. As that one is a ball to now make it a 3-0 count to Carson. As that's going to be a walk for bases loaded. So call to the bullpen as there will be a pitcher change for the Porcupines. And if you're just joining the broadcast, the Flying Pigs have an 8-2 lead over the Porcupines. As we see number 35, Calder Garris, as the new pitcher on the mound for the Porcupines.
Now batting number 17, Hayden Davis.
So after that meeting on the mound, we now see number 17, Hayden Davis, step up to the plate for the Flying Pigs, as there's bases loaded for the Flying Pigs. As that one's into the dirt, and that will score in another run for the Flying Pigs, now making it a 9-2 lead. So now runners on second and third, as Hayden steps back up to the plate. As that now makes it a 2-0 count to Hayden. As that one is a swing and a miss. So 3-1 count now. As that one's fouled off. So full count now to Hayden Davis. Runners on second and third, and one out here in the top of the eighth. As that was ball number 4.
Now batting number 10, Jackson Deal.
So with bases loaded again for the Flying Pigs, see number 10, Jackson Deal. As that one's high. As that one's hit to second. And thrown to first for the double play. So we will see you in the bottom of the 8th inning as Flying Pigs 9, Porcupines 2. Welcome back to the bottom of the 8th inning as we see number 31, Ethan McLean, step up to the plate for the Porcupines. As that one's going to be outside to make it an early 1-0 count. And if you're just joining the broadcast, the Flying Pigs have a 9-2 lead over the Porcupines. As that is down for strike one to even up the count. 1-1. As the catcher for the Flying Pigs getting another glove as that pitch made his mitt break. So Ethan McLean steps back up to the plate with a 1-1 count. As that one's down into the dirt. So 2-1 count. So 2-1 count as Ethan steps back up to the plate. And that one's going to be outside to make it a 3-1 count. As that one's down for strike two. Now making it a full count for Ethan McLean. As that's outside for ball number 4. Walking Ethan.
Now batting number 34, Chris Manriquez.
So now we see number 34, Chris Manriquez, with runner on first for the Porcupines. As that is going to be fouled off. That is inside and in the dirt to even up the count. 1-1 to Chris. No outs, runner on first. Porcupines hoping to add some runs here in this inning. As score is 9-2. Flying Pigs as that is chopped fouled. As that one's inside to even up the count. 2-2. As that one's hit to center and caught for the out.
Now batting number 23, Nick Curtis.
So now we see number 23, Nick Curtis. That's swinging a miss for strike number 2, making it an 0-2 count to Nick. Runner on first. As that one's outside, making it a 1-2 count. 1 out, 1 runner on. As that one's going to hit Nick.
Now batting number 24, Louis Palillo.
So now runners on first and second for the Porcupines. We now see number 24, Louis Palillo. As that's hit up the middle. And it'll be thrown to first for out number 2.
Now batting number 1, AJ Anderson.
As we see number 1, AJ Anderson, step up to the plate with runners on second and third. As that one is skied to left and will be caught for the third out. So as we head to the top of the 9th inning, the Flying Pigs 9, Porcupines 2. So welcome back to the top of the ninth inning as we see number 36, Brett Mearsman, up to the plate for the Flying Pigs as that ball is high to make it an early 1-0 count. Just joining the broadcast, the Flying Pigs 9, Porcupines 2, as that one's hit to right, and that will be a base hit for Brett as he is on first.
Now batting number 11, Ty Hubbard.
Dang, dude, they're out of line now. As we see number 14, Caden Whitehead, as thrown to second for the out. So that'll be a double play.
Who's this? 23. Now batting number 23, Justin Jimenez.
They're all out of order now. So now we see number 23, Justin Jimenez. Yeah. So 2-0 count to Justin. As that's high and inside to make it a 3-0 count. As that one's hit to short and thrown to first to make out number 3. So as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning, the Flying Pigs 9, Porcupines 2. Welcome back to the broadcast as we see a substitution. Number 3, Declan O'Hara. So if you're just joining the broadcast, the Flying Pigs have a 9-2 lead over the Porcupines here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As that one's a swing and a miss for strike number 1. So 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. As that's going to be fouled off into the netting.
What are you looking into? I was thinking about doing sports, but I don't really think I want to anymore. So you play for shitty hours. I work on Saturday.
So Declan looking at a 0-2 count. As that one's in for strike number 3.
Now batting number 17, Tyler Rokes.
So now we see another substitution here with 1 out. We see number 17, Tyler Rokes.
I got on the first and I kind of pointed at me and gave me props. I was like, yeah, you finally beat me. I'm like, dude, I took 390. Yeah.
As that one's low. So 1-0 count to Tyler with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. As that one is inside. So 2-0 count to Tyler. As that's down for strike number 1. And now Tyler's looking at a 2-1 count. 1 out, no one on. As that one is fouled off behind the netting to even up the count. 2-2 to Tyler.
He's ruthless, bro. Dude, I remember they.
2-2 count. Here's the pitch. As that one's inside.
It's like 2 a.m. and you send a picture of EP where Porcupines and his living room hanging up. I'm like, bro. I respect it.
Full count. As the ump calls time there.
Did you see the sign he brought today? Yeah. It says morning big shit or something like that. He talks about how much he takes to take all the time. It's so confusing for what the college summer league.
As that's a swing and a miss for out number 2.
Now batting number 25, Nate Firstman.
So now we see another substitution here. We see number 25, Nate Firstman, with 2 outs, no one on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. As that one's inside to make it an early 1-0 count. As that one's also inside to make it a 2-0 count to Nate. As that one is a swing and a miss to make it a 2-1 count.
Watch this samurai come back for you. Believe in me. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty tough. In Mark, we trust. I'm trying to get my face hard. Yeah, that's a priority haircut. Yeah.
As that's a swing and a miss to even up the count, 2-2.
The games on the weekends are tough up here. Yeah. So the game on the weekend is way terrible for us. Yeah.
As that one's down for strike 3. And that will end it. So tough loss for the Porcupines. As we will see you tomorrow night as the Porcupines take on the Lenore Legends at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Signing off here at Jack D. Hughes Memorial Park. Good night, everyone.